This is my very rare 1948 Baird Garrick television and radio. It is off to a new home soon, so I thought I'd create this video about it. The history. John Logie Baird is credited as the inventor of television. However, his system used mechanical transmission techniques which were soon upstaged by all electronic systems. So when Baird died in 1946, he was penniless. Jack Buchanan, who was a friend of the Bairds, helped organise John Logie Baird Limited to manufacture upmarket televisions, mainly to attract investors with the ultimate aim of providing a pension for Baird's widow, Margaret. In 1948, three 12-inch console models were launched, all using the same chassis. These were the Theatreland sets, being named after the Adelphi, Lyric and Garrick theatres. These were expensive sets compared to others at the time. The cabinets were expertly made and French polished. However, the chassis were of poor construction. The electronics were based on the quirky pre-war design Baird sets and were hopelessly out of date by 1948. These sets were overly big and heavy, as well as being poor performers. Combined with their high sale price, it is no wonder that they are very rare today. No Adelphis are known to have survived, only 2 Lyrics and 4 Garricks, this example being the only working Garrick. What's inside? This set has some very unusual features. First, let's start with the PSU at the bottom. This metal bracket here supports the EHT rectifier valve. The bracket sits at EHT potential. The safety discharge resistor to the left of the EHT reservoir cap was added by me. It didn't have one originally. In the central section, we can see the radio receiver and TV sound output chassis. Behind it, to the left, is the television sound TRF receiver. On the top shelf is the Vision chassis. To the left, we have the Vision TRF subchassis with its unusual push-pull video drive, driving both the grid and the cathode of the CRT. On the right, we have the time-based section. Now we can look at the unusual scanning arrangements at the CRT. The white cloth-covered coils are conventional line scan coils. This set does not have frame scan coils as we know them. Instead, 2 iron laminated prongs, one either side of the CRT neck, are extended from the combined frame oscillator and output transformer to provide the frame deflection. This idea was used on pre-war Baird TVs, but seems to have originated in early German TV circuits. It is very difficult to set up the picture geometry with this arrangement. The final odd thing is that with the back fitted, the rear controls are almost inaccessible. However, if you thought that was bad, see where the contrast control is, deep within the set. The restoration. When I purchased this set in 2018, it had no back, no valves, a broken CRT, and a saggy CRT mask. It was also lacking its original line output transformer, mains EHT transformer, and the mains transformer in the radio section was wrong. To top it all, it came with a mouse nest, the mice having chewed away the loudspeaker cone. No service information was available, but fortunately, a fellow collector, John Thompson, had a working Lyric in his care that I was able to use as a reference. Initial work consisted of taking it to bits and cleaning out all the mouse droppings. I then started with the radio section, rewinding its rogue mains transformer to match the original one. The smoothing choke in the radio was swapped for another type, so the original choke could form the basis of the new line output transformer. A period replacement speaker was fitted. Once the radio was working, the TV sound unit was brought back to life as well. The vision section PSU was next, with the electrolytics being restuffed with new components inside the old cans. The vision receiver and time-based sections were next. Initially, the set was got working with its rogue flyback EHT line output transformer, which didn't match the scanning coils at all well. I constructed a new plywood back based on the one on the Lyric set. Finally, Mike Barker was able to source a suitable EHT transformer. I had several goes at winding a new line output transformer with no data to go on. In the end, I had something that worked okay. The last thing was obtaining the right kind of CRT and a good CRT mask. So yes, this was one of my hardest restorations, but I'm glad to say I've saved it from only being a static exhibit. Bye for now.